All right. Diving into the Colts is our final team of the night. Matt, what you got?
The record 8-9, second in the division. They missed the playoffs yet again, just on the outside. Their offensive EPA per play was negative .045, 24th with Joe Flacco here and there, with Anthony Richardson here and there. Their pass block win rate was 56%, 25th. Their run block win rate was really good, 74% at 4th. Their defensive EPA per play was .005, 14th in the league. Pass rush win rate was 37%, 21st, and their run stop win rate was 31% at 14th. And then, so I jotted down, because we're in quarterback battle season, I jotted down both Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones in 2024. Anthony Richardson, with the rushing involved, negative .051 EPA per play, 29th of the qualified players. Only Cooper Rush, Gardner Minshew, and Will Levis were behind him. He was 40.6 success rate, which was 31%. Daniel Jones, on the other hand, negative .020 EPA per play. Again, adding in, these guys both are like ground players. They both have designed rushing ability. That was 27th, and then he was 46.2% in success rate, so that was 19th, pretty good. But those are just their statistics last season, their efficiency metrics. So if you want to base it on that, then they're going to start Daniel Jones. If there's still something to gain playing Anthony Richardson, there is. I think you should play Anthony Richardson. We'll see how it shakes out. Don't know.
Can I interrupt you really quick, just because it's relevant? My guy, James Boyd from Northwest Indiana, he's reporting for the Colts so far, fourth year. He's saying the Colts rotated Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones between first and second teams, but as of right now, Daniel Jones has gotten more first team reps. So given that it's still very early,
stop it. He came off of shoulder surgery.
And guess what? Anthony Richardson is probably going to have more first team reps tomorrow. Like the Saints are doing the same exact thing.
Take that with a grain of salt, because we're still extremely early in training camp. So we'll let you guys know.
They are going to earn the spot through preseason games. That is how I believe it's going to be perceived, and we're all going to get a peek behind the curtain. If Daniel Jones is better than Anthony Richardson in preseason football, he will play. That's my take on it. I think you guys are kind of nodding your heads in agreement. I think this cannot be a fake quarterback battle. This can't be like
for Riley Leonard in the preseason, though. Just saying.
Yeah, Riley Leonard does get you going, but Anthony Richardson, like, he's got to earn this. Like, that's what's interesting about this is, like, he's got to earn it here. Like, what is that? ESPN has him listed as the starter. Arled's does not. So it's like nobody knows where Anthony Richardson is going to be playing. But their offseason fired Gus Bradley, brought in Lou Anarumo from the Cincinnati Bengals. Their only keep that was major was Ashton Dulin, their receiver, just a depth receiver. I just wanted to throw someone in here. So, 2 years, $6.5 million. Other than that, they didn't really keep many of their outside free agents. Their free agency, Travarius Ward, 3 years, $54 million. Cam Bynum, 4 years, $60. Both of those were top of the market at corner and safety, so there was a real desire to get there. And then Daniel Jones, as we mentioned, 1 year's $14 million. Their draft, Tyler Warren in the first round, JT Tuimoloau in the second, Justin Wally out of Minnesota in round 3, and then I threw in DJ Giddens for Ben, just for Ben's sake, in round 5. And their departures, Will Fries, guard, goes to Minnesota. Ryan Kelly also goes to Minnesota. He didn't play much last year. Dio Adingbo goes to the Bears. EJ Speed, off-ball linebacker. Julian Blackmon goes to the Saints just recently, and then Joe Flacco, of course, goes to the Browns. Their season outlook question, it wouldn't be an episode if I didn't have two. Is this defense like low-key top 10? Like, I kind of liked it. The Colts' biggest problem last year was their secondary, 23rd in drop-back EPA per play. So what did they do? They brought in a longtime defensive backs coach in DC and Lou Anarumo and signed one of the richest corners and safeties on the free agency market. Their pass rush will continue to get a nice facelift with JTT. Hopefully Laiatu Latu, who Chris Ballard was jumping up at joy when they got him at 15 a few years ago. Hopefully in his second year he takes another leap. And then Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner, pretty continue to be an underrated interior defensive line duo. Their linebackers will take a step back, but Zaire Franklin is still going to be the green dot. He's a good run defender. It's a nice little unit. If they reach their potential, I think it could be top 10. And then number 2 was, I didn't want to talk about the quarterback, so I just did, can a pass catcher outside of Michael Pittman Jr. Be a 1K level player? Their last 4 drafts, including this season with Tyler Warren, they have drafted a pass catcher in the top 3 rounds. Alec Pierce in 2022, Josh Downs in 2023, Adonai Mitchell in 24, and then Tyler Warren this year. Downs has 1,500 yards in 2 seasons, so he would be the guy to kind of continue the uptick of he'll, going from 750 to 800, he'll get to 1,000, right? He plays slot just as Michael Pittman. That's where Michael Pittman kind of thrives, is as a big slot. So does that get in the way? Does any of this matter if the quarterbacks suck? I think it does enough because you got to have a semblance of a room if you're going to bring in the next guy, whoever that is. But yeah, I mean, they might not be able to have a guy step up because the quarterbacks are really bad. So take that into account. But yeah, that's the Colts.
My big question, I was talking to Ryan about this the other day here. Is this the best situation that Daniel Jones has ever played in? Period. I mean, it says wild, but I think it is. I mean, in terms of Michael Pittman, in terms of, they drafted Warren, a very good offensive line, a better top of the league-ish running back, watching my language because above average running back, a good defense.
And Taylor? Taylor's awesome.
Yeah, I think Taylor's awesome. I just didn't want to say top 5 because he's not top 5. But a very, very good running back and a good defense. I think this might be the best team that Daniel Jones has ever played with, if he is the starting quarterback.
I would disagree. I mean, I don't think that. I know that he had a
playoff team,
but as far as just in general, I mean, I think that, even though it was a very limited amount of time, his time with Malik Neighbors, this is because we talked, Ben and I talked about
that team was awful.
I mean, okay.
Well, I'm talking when they made the playoffs in 22.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's comparable, at least. I don't know. But what I was going to say, what I think is funny when we're talking about this, quarterback, battle in camp. First off, it's hilarious we're even mentioning this because I have a really good feeling that we're going to see both quarterbacks during the season. Whoever's starting the season will not finish the season, or if they do, they will not play an entire season as starter, even if both of them end healthy, throughout the entire season. I'm seeing posts from James Boyd at camp, 9:36 in the morning, saying Colts corner Kenny Moore II just picked off Daniel Jones in 7-on-7. And then mere minutes after that, 9:48, Anthony Richardson was really picked off by Alex Johnson in 7-on-7. It's dear God, Colts fans, I'm sorry. I know a couple people. I've got some friends that are Colts fans. They're going through it right now. They don't feel confident about either guy. And you wouldn't.
Why should you?
Yeah. And so, going into our schedule predictions now, I mean, why not just dive into it? Regardless of who's the quarterback, I'm pretty confident you're getting the same results. So it doesn't necessarily sway me one way or the other, but we'll hit on that individually. We'll go row by row. And if you guys are cool with it now, I'll go ahead and start us off.
Mm-hmm.
So I have them losing against the Dolphins, losing against the Broncos, losing against the Titans, losing against the Rams. I'm going to have them beat the Raiders, lose against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm not too far off in terms of what their win-loss is going to be in this first set of games. I have them losing the first 2 against the Dolphins and Broncos, beating the Titans, losing the next 2 against the Rams and Raiders, and then beating the Cardinals. So in the first 6 set of games here, I have them going 2-4.
Yeah, I have them losing to the Dolphins, beating the Broncos at home, and then losing the next 4. So starting 1-5.
Next row, I have them losing to the Chargers, losing to the Titans, losing to the Steelers. I'll have them beat the Falcons in a weird game in Berlin. I think I had the Falcons winning that one last week. However, I'm switching up now.
So they win. So both teams win.
So yeah, both teams win. Everybody has fun. That's it. Take the over. I'm just kidding. Take the under. So going into the bye week, you're looking at 2-8 on the Ryan Matthews schedule. And then guess what? Right after the bye, they're going to get curb stomped by the Chiefs. So 2-9 after that one. Wait, yeah, 2-9. Math is hard.
Yeah. Exactly. Math is hard. I have them losing to the Chargers, beating both the Titans and Steelers, and then losing to both the Falcons and Chiefs. So through that first 11 games here, I have them going with 4 wins. So
yeah, I have them losing to the Chargers, beating the Titans to split, losing to the Steelers, beating the Falcons in Germany. So they'll be 3-7 at that bye. They'll lose to the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, it's my turn. Sorry. All right.
It is.
Losing every single game that's left. Yeah, they're only winning 2. And congratulations, Indianapolis Colts. You get the rights to Archie Manning.
Wow. That's a conversation for another day, but I don't think Arch is coming out this year. Anyways, as much fun as that would be, I have them beating the Texans, losing to both the Jags and Seahawks, beating both the Niners and Jags, and then losing the Texans. So I have them finishing at 7-10. And man, this is one of those teams that I think could finish higher if they actually had some sort of competent quarterback play. Again, I really like the roster that they have. I just don't like what's going on at quarterback. If Anthony Richardson finally takes that leap that we all wanted him when they drafted him in the first place 2 years ago, I could see them finishing higher than 7-10. But that quarterback play scares me.
Yeah, I picking up Houston. I have them losing to Houston, losing to Jacksonville, losing to Seattle, losing to San Francisco, winning the last 2 games. I have them, 5-12? So yeah, and I'm throwing in those pity 5-12s. I think this is a clean house year. I think with the passing of Mr. Irsay, I think it's just going to be a downtick season. I think when you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. And I believe that. I know it's a cliche statement, but I think it's true with this team. I think you have 2 bottom 10 quarterbacks. I think what Richardson does really well, you can't lean into for a full season, which is his rushing ability. So again, I kind of side with Ben a little bit. I think they have some fun players. Do I think you can just drop any quarterback in there and they're going to win games? No, not really. But the top end talent, superstar quarterback, absolutely, and they can win games with anybody. But yeah, I think 5-12 is where I sit. I'm low on this team. I don't and I like Steichen, so that's what's weird is I think he's creative enough that he's going to scheme up the best quarterback and get the right guy on the field. It's just I don't think there's a right guy of those 2. So and
he probably gets canned. He probably gets canned.
Yeah, I think everybody gets canned. I think if they don't win, if they don't make the playoffs, frankly, I think the new ladies in charge just clear out everything. Frankly, why wouldn't they? Because why should they feel attachment to anybody who's winning 5 games at this point in time? So yeah, we'll see how that.
I would even say Ballard's got to know that by now. I would assume. I think that him and Irsay were just that close, like you said. I mean, I feel like he knows that this is it. So I mean, I would even be looking, hey, if they're close to 500 at the deadline, maybe they're active. Who knows? Or
what is active at the deadline?
Trading DeForest Buckner for a team that needs it.
I'm saying buyers. I'm saying they're buying into it because I would say Ballard's trying to save his job at that point and say, I want to build this competitive roster and stay. Now,
desperate GM's the worst.
Now, if they're not, then you could be looking again, being active at the deadline. Buckner getting traded. Taylor just got extended, so I would assume that Taylor stays. But I mean, what other Pittman? Do you think about trading Pittman? Probably not. I mean, you're looking at hopefully adding a quarterback in the offseason, right? So you probably want to hold on to Pittman. I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot that I like about this Colts team. I'll leave it at that. I mean,
You had to win 2 games. I didn't think so.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're over-unders at 7.5, so I broke the streak there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, there's like 3 pieces on this team that I like altogether.
I think I'm low on this team because I'm high on everybody else. Like, I think
that's fair.
I think they could steal wins like outside of the division. I think 7.5 is a perfectly fine. Obviously, I'm going to be lower just because I think the quarterback situation is a problem, and I like all of the 3 other teams. I think the other 3 teams are better vibes right now, and I think they have the better overall talent at the places you want to have better talent at. So, I think we fell in the right category that we're all like, this team is absolutely not a playoff team. And I don't know if they're going to be picking number 1 overall, but yeah.
It's going to be interesting.